believe we're moving on to the next thing, so do I just leave it to you?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The closing ceremony is actually just about to begin, and we don't have a break in between, so well, we should just... I don't think we should start. Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the closing ceremony of Indoor Air 2014. My name is Balsi, and this is Heidi. We hope you've enjoyed the conference. Would first like to invite Professor Christopher Chow, the Vice President of Indoor Air 2014, to chair the ceremony. Christopher Chow, please. Thank you very much. We would also like to... invite Professor Hugo Lee, Professor Jianlei and Dr. Alvin Line to come to the stage to take photos with the award recipients, please. Thank you.
All right, we are going to start with the best student papers. More than 250 students presented their papers, and 5 best student papers were selected by a panel. Please proceed to stage to receive the award. Besides, I would like to invite Professor Hugo Lee to present the certificates to each awardee. And the first awardee is Chung Chen from the USA. His paper is developing simplified models for the exhaled airflow from a cough with the mouth covered. Chung Chen. So if Chung Chen is not here, is anybody connected to him or his institution be able to come forward? Professor Yan Chen will be representing Chung Chen.
Very young student.
The second awardee is Yiro Liang, also from the United States. The paper is Indoor Residential Phage Model of Thaley Plasticizers. Thank you. And the third awardee is Brandon Wolf, also from the United States. The paper is Infant Crawling-Induced Resuspension of Settled Floor Dust. And the fourth awardee is Tung Esken from Germany. The paper is 3D decomposed particle checking velocimetry. Is Tong Asken here? Or anyone from his institution be able to represent him? No, then we are going to send the certificate to him. All right, so the final awardee of the Best Student Papers of Indoor Air 2014 goes to Yan Wu from Hong Kong. The paper is Numerical Investigation of Required Mechanical Exhaust Weight to Avoid Expiration from Open Windows Caused by Buoyancy. Yan Wu, please. Oh, okay. So Yan Wu is not here, but his supervisor is around. So we'll be presenting the certificate to Professor Niu. Should we take a picture together? Are we taking picture together or okay? Oh, okay. So I need to invite all the awardees back to the stage so that we can take a group photo together. All right. Because we already finished presenting the certificate, we are going to skip the group picture and move on to another section. Well, congratulations to all these awardees. Next, we would like to present 3 Best Posters Awards. I would like to invite Professor Alvin Lai to present the award certificates to the awardees. Professor Lai, please. Awardees, please, after I announce the name, come to the stage to receive your award. The first award is Anna Hyver-Rinen from Finland. The paper is, the poster is a longitudinal assessment of microbial exposure in schools in relation to moisture damage and dampness. And the second awardee is Ikuko Bemba from Japan. The poster is relation of changes in cerebral blood flow and diffusion material caused by smelling wood. Is Ikuko Bemba around, or we have a representative from his institution to collect the certificate on behalf of him? Right, if no, then we will send the certificate to him. So the final awardee of the Best Poster Award goes to Shanshan Shi from China. The paper is Deposition Velocity of fine and ultrafine particles onto mannequins in a high wind speed indoor environment. Shanshan Shi, please. So congratulations again. May I invite the awardees to come to the stage so we can take a group pictures together.
Congratulations.
Next one is the most popular poster award. They are based on the votes from each participant who had chosen the poster that they like the most. We have 3 most popular posters. The awardees, when I announce the name, please come to the stage to receive your award. And Professor Jianlei, please help to present the award certificates to the awardees. Professor Niu, please. The first awardee is Yingxin Zhu from China. The poster is offset of a warm sensation by local airflow, Chinese and Danish preference. The second awardee is Jianlei from China. The poster is a report from an ongoing epidemiological investigation on the association between children's health and home environmental factors in Tianjin, China. And the final awardee of the most popular poster awards goes to Naohide Shinohara from Japan. The poster is development of novel method to obtain the thermal exposure levels to SVOCs using PFS. May I invite the awardees come back to the stage so that we can take a group pictures together? Congratulations to all awardees. Last but not least, if you had made your votes for the winning posters, you should get excited now as we are going to give out a special prize, a Google Glass. May I invite the incoming president of ESIAD, Professor Glenn Morrison, and the incoming president of ESIAD Academy, Professor Tunga Sauhammer, to come up and present the prizes to the winners. We also invite Mr. Hal Lavin, Executive Director of ESIAD, and Dr. Alice Young to the stage. You may ask why we want to invite them, because they spend their effort and they purchase these Google Glasses for the conference. This is why we are also inviting them to come up onto the stage. Hal, Lavin, and Alice Young. All right. Professor Morrison, may I ask you to pick an awardee for the lucky poster viewer? Please also announce for us. Thank you.
Ready? It's exciting. Okay, so what do I? This name? Hao Liang Zhao.
All right. Hao Liang Zhao. You are the lucky one. So we can take a good picture together. Let's take a good picture together.
You are lucky man.
You are the lucky
Take one more photo.
There's one more. So we thank our chairpersons by giving out a special prize, but we regret that we couldn't give out prizes to every one of you. But your contribution in this conference will not be forgotten. So would Professor Sao Hammer help us pick an awardee for the Lucky Chairperson Award, please? And please also announce it for us. Thank you.
Okay. Holland, Philomena Blissen.
Blusen Philomena. Not here. So what is our protocol of doing that? Shall we send the Google Glass to her? Anyone who knows her or who are associated with her may also come forward and receive the Google Glass. So he can decide on how to deal with it, right?
You don't look like Theo.
No, sorry. Yeah, we'll change the face.
Let's take a good picture together.
Although you are not. Not fair. You look like that. You need some more hairs. Okay.
Thank you for having me to chair the award ceremony, and I would like to pass the stage back to the MCs again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Chow, for chairing the award ceremony for us. May I now invite Professor Hugo Lee, President of Indoor Air 2014, to give us a summary and thank you message. Professor Lee, please.
Guys, ladies, gentlemen, I'm pleased to report to you that actually we have 1,037 attendees. Actually, 1,066 participants. Interesting thing is there are 29 people who paid but did not turn up in the conference. And I will find out why. As the conference draws to a close, I simply like to say thank you. I also thank God for bringing the good weather to us. We receive a lot of some encouragement, which make the team very happy. But before I do it, I like to let you mention there are a few more conferences to go and be happy. You will take time to read them while I'm doing the rest. Personally, I have a lot of people to thank for, and they did all the hard work, and for, as I said, for the mistakes, and blame me when you go back. And that's why I allocated 15 minutes for my own closing talk. I first like to thank all the speakers and chairpersons, actually 772 speakers and 206 chairpersons for making our sessions scientifically inspiring, exciting, for all the hard work behind each of the papers. In this room, the Grand Hall, 37 plenary and keynote speakers make the presentation really grand. I mean, I really enjoy all the talks. I'd like to thank each of our 400 reviewers in our International Scientific Committee for reviewing 1,472 abstracts and 1,100 full papers. A lot of work. I'd like to thank our diamond sponsors, AFLP, Sloan Foundation, and Environment Conservation Fund of HKSAR government, and our platinum sponsor, SBE China, and all other gold and silver sponsors of conference for making our conference possible. I thank our co-sponsors, Ashley, the president is here, CIBSE, RIVA, Indo-Air Societies in China, mainland China, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, for your promotion of conferences among your members. Thank you. Many friends wrote to me before the conference. They said, "Hugo, you must be busy. And you want to know my real feelings?" Actually, a bit guilty and also very grateful. By being together with Chris, Jianlei, and Alvin for this conference, I made a lot of people very busy, really. Here, I'd like to thank some of them. Please forgive me if I miss anyone. First, I'd like to thank my strong steering committees, Chris, Topher, Jianlei, and Alvin. They are respectively leaders in their research, but they are also very great co-organizers. Thank you very much. Second, I'd like to thank my advisory committee, Hal, Jiang Yi, Bjarne, Rich Cozy, Powell, for their advices, experience whenever I had questions. I particularly thank Rich for not just sharing your experience, but a lot of things on your computer. Powell and Hal also made the trip to Hong Kong from their busy schedule. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank all of my local organizing committee members, student committee led by Jianjia and others, Sloan and SBE symposium committees, best student paper committees, a lot of work, best poster committees, most popular poster committees, many of them. Thank you very much for the hard work. Where is that? This particular man I'd like to thank. Hal, for offering me all kinds of support, and also I'm particularly impressed, actually touched, how Hal worked for Sloan Symposium program. all my students knew how he worked on that. So if you attended any of the Sloan Symposium program, and thanks to him. Anyway, I have to show this slide. If I don't show it, the big man, where is Liu Junjie? He will kill me. So I promote his conference. Here's a quote. Behind every success man, there is a woman. Behind this conference, there are many beautiful, smart, hard-working ladies and one gentleman. Here, I just like to mention 4+1. Lucy. Do you know her? Where is Lucy? She handled hundreds of emails every day, communicating 1,000 views. Without her, no submissions. So Lucy, come up. No, you come here. You walk down, come to the stage. That's a lot of work, and she handled all the emails and your queries, and this is Lucy. No Lucy, no submissions. Here is special flower for her. Second lady, many ladies. I only mentioned 4. Dr. Alice Yang. She put together a participant guidebook. If you like the book, thank her. And also a technical program. No Alice, no program. Here is a flower. Number 3, Adele Chen. She is the Chief Executive Officer of the conference, leading her MCI team and putting together this conference beautifully with her professional colleagues. To me, MCI is simply a great professional conference organizer. Adele worked together with her colleagues such as Joyce, Alice, Aline. So without her, no conference. Last but not least, for the ladies, Miss Linda Chan. Where is her? Linda, you were here a few moments ago. Oh. She is always behind me, in addition from her normal duties in my office. And she helped me put together a lot of things together. And also helped me to watch budget very closely and consider if I forgot anything. So I thank her for her dedication, elegance, and hard work. Where is Linda? So no Linda, no president. I will have a special flower for her later. 4+1. One gentleman, Dr. Benjamin Ho, your managing director of the conference. Our overall venue manager for the conference. If you think the conference runs smoothly, you should thank this gentleman coming up. Benjamin dares to try new things. One of the new things he tried is the registration system. He personally developed it. That's how he can do one registration in 15 seconds. Impressive. And he worked together really nicely with Adele and Linda. So I cannot give him a flower. I found a bottle of wine. So I also like to thank many colleagues in this university for their support, from my Provost Chancellor office to IT staff, estates, security, Centennial Campus, CDAS for student accommodation, and also to Eddie, our webmaster, and my own departmental staff. Last, my thanks goes to everyone who has contributed to the success of the conference, in particular each of you, our 1,066 participants, 772 presenters. You are the doers in the air sciences. Thank you very much. Oh, Linda, come here. No, Linda is here. It's very important for her to come here. Stand just 1 second. This is one for her.
Thank you, Professor Lee. Next, we would like to invite Professor Jianlei Liu, Vice President of Indoor Air 2014, to present about the publication journal special issues. Professor Liu, please.
I have a message here. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I think in a few moments, this event will come to an end. But I think impacts of your papers, your findings, will continue. Therefore, the organizing committee has decided to select a number of papers for topical publication. And those publications will be more easily accessible and widely accessible by a greater community. Working with the chief editors of a few key journals in our field, we have selected the building environment, building simulation, HVAC&R research, and journal ventilation for topical publications. You may be wondering how the papers are selected or are going to be selected. Just now, Yogo mentioned about our 400 reviewers. I think many of you are those reviewers. You have made your recommendations through the thousands of publications. Only 87 papers have been recommended, and that is a very small number, okay? During the conference, we actually asked our session chairs to make a few more recommendations. And during the lunch, I received email from Lucy telling me the new numbers coming from the chair's recommendation. And so far, only I know this number, and that is 230. So our session chairs are fairly generous. Okay, so in total we would have around no more than 317 papers. We are going to look into the topics and the keywords, and we are going to grossly group the paper into 4 probably major themes or topics, and that will go into each of the 4 journals. These keywords are indicative, and they by no means can cover the broadness of your publications. But this is some work we're going to do. We're going to look into your paper and classify into 4 major themes. This is going to be what's going to be happen next. And authors of the select papers will be informed, hopefully by the end of August. During this stage, we would distribute the papers with abstract to the guest editorial members of the 4 journals. And then, in 3 months' time, the potential authors are supposed to submit expanded papers. And the guest editors will arrange further review, and that is no less tough than the normal review for those journals. And hopefully by March next year, your paper may get accepted or published. We would accept a relatively, say, higher acceptance rate than the normal acceptance rate for those journals, because the papers more or less have undergone 2 rounds of reviews at this stage. Finally, I wish to thank all the people involved, the reviewers from the International Scientific Committee members and the session chairs, also support from the 4 chief editors, Professor Yan Chen for the Journal Building Environment, Xudong Yang for the Journal Building Simulation, Reinhard Riedmacher for the Journal of HVACR and Research, and Dr. Martin Liedman for the International Journal of Ventilation. Finally, we have a group of very able experts in handling your papers. So they are Dr. Alvin Lai and Dr. Paweł Wogowski for the Journal of Building and Environment, Jianlei and Manpun Wen for the Journal of Building Simulation, Chandra Zekar, David, and John Yon for the Journal of HPC and R. Finally, Zhiwen and Naiping to handle the submissions for the Journal of International Journal of Ventilation. There's a lot of work to do for these colleagues of us. I would thank them again. So with that, I think I conclude my short talk and wish you a safe journey home or a pleasant stay if you are going to have some sightseeing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Liu. May we continue to invite Professor Glenn Morrison, incoming president of ECEC, to say a few words to us. Professor Morrison, please.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Hugo, and everybody who made this conference possible. This is my first opportunity to address all of you as president, and I hope to rise to the standard of my predecessor, Paweł Wogowski, who did such a wonderful job for the past few years. First, I'd like to specifically congratulate everybody, Hugo, Chris, Jianlei, and Alvin, for an amazing and overwhelming conference. What you have experienced is an exemplary representation of what the founders would have liked to have seen and what they envisioned 35 years ago. So I hope you appreciate how amazing this has been. Let's reconsider some of the core values and attributes of ISIAC that Paweł Wogowski introduced in the opening ceremony. And I'm saying these things just to remind you of where we are and where we're going. ISIAC is highly multidisciplinary. Think of all the presentations that you went to and how easy it was to go from a packed session on microbiology to one on fluid mechanics and chemistry, epidemiology, and harkening back to Rich Corsi's presentation, that each one of you is helping to make those connections by looking across the fields. It's about learning and communication. We're a society that promotes the active communication in the indoor environmental sciences among scientists, engineers, policymakers, and practitioners. Just consider how many new ideas you've generated in just a short week. Don't forget, you can also learn and communicate through the Indoor Air Journal and conferences that ISIAC co-sponsors with ASHRAE, ISIS, and others. ISIAC is about connections. My modest accomplishments are important to me, and I know that most of them were influenced heavily by the relationships I've developed and the conversations and arguments that I've had with so many of you over the years at these conferences. And every one of those people now are dear friends, and I hope that those of you who are new to the field are able to see that they're making those dear friends here and are able to take those friendships forward to make a difference in their lives and in others. So I want you to help me continue to advance the good works of the past presidents and the members of the board and the members of ISIAC. If you have not heard of our scientific and technical committees, and I hope you have so far here and there, take a look at them on the ISIAC webpage and see if one of these committees might be of interest to you. Contribute to the Indoor Air Journal and to the newsletter. These are our communication outlets. Participate in the future conferences that you saw up here, and you'll hear more about a few of those in a few minutes. If you've not heard of our mentorship program, check it out online. Be a mentor or request a mentor. I had a fantastic experience as a mentor for Kim Getz, who is at the University of North Carolina, an epidemiologist. I'm not an epidemiologist. I'm a chemistry guy. But we had a lot to learn from each other, and it was a wonderful experience, and I know that you can do the same for those that aren't necessarily in your field. Be a mentor. Ask for a mentor. And speaking of young researchers, I wanted to share with you just a few names of some of the students that I met this week. In passing, I do this because I want to make sure I remember them. And so I was just a few names. I was impressed with the research of Tabtim Chatsavan of Mahasrakam University in Thailand, doing impressive work on absorption. I was really impressed with Belsi's work, Belsi Yuan's work, and on acoustic particle control. Really, really cool. I enjoyed my conversations with Vuokko Lapalainen and Jacob Mensah-Atapo, who work with Pertti Pasanen in Finland. Wonderful energy and enthusiasm for their research. I got to speak with a variety of students at the student get-together last night, including Akram Abdul Hakim from Lund University. That was one name that I was able to write down. I note that on Twitter, everybody was talking about Brandon Bohr's study using the mechanical toddler, and actually he won a best paper, correct? Best paper for that? Fantastic. And Meng Yang Gong from Tsinghua doing outstanding work on SVOCs and dermal uptake. One more, I want to put a plug in for my own student. I'm very proud of Melissa Buchlein for braving international travel for the first time to present her undergraduate research here. So the future of ISIAC is being written by the young people here today. The future of ISIAC is in their hands. And let's help them make the future of indoor environments the best places they can be. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing each of you at the next conference. And I think I'm done, so thank you.
Thank you, Professor Morrison. Next, we'd like to invite Professor Tanger Sothema, incoming president of ISIAC Academy, to proceed to stage and say a few words to us. Professor Sothema, please.
Dear colleagues and friends, first of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the ISIAC Academy of Fellows for electing me and trusting me as a new president. I will, of course, try my best to represent the Academy and ISIAC, to support indoor-related research and to inspire young and promising scientists. This task is not easy because I have to follow Bill Nazarov. Is he here? He's not here? There he is. It was a real pleasure to work with him on academy issues. I already mentioned this in the AGM. This man works on such a high level. He's very well organized and inspiring. And Bill, for all what you've done for the academy during the last 9 years, as secretary, vice president, and president, and everything in addition to your daily duties, thank you so much for giving me the chance to work with you, and I also thank you in the name of the Academy. I also wish to thank you for serving as editor-in-chief of the Inner Journal. You will continue in this position, but under your guidance, the journal is getting stronger and stronger, and this is good for us. Hugo, where are you? Welcome as the new vice president of the Academy. I thank you and your team so much for perfectly organizing this great event in this great metropolis and for your hospitality. During this conference, I had a chance to stay very close to Hugo and his team. I participated in many after-work discussions, and believe me, this man really cared for you. He was so very worried when even minor things did not work promptly. And the same is true for his team, and for me, this is the most important point in this conference. During the dinner, you already took the words right out of my mouth. I can only repeat this here. When I come to these conferences, I'm not only seeking for good science, I'm also seeking for friendship. And I found it here in this conference, and I also found it in this society. For those who do not know, you're hosted here by one of the best universities in the world. I think Hong Kong University is among top 25 or very close. Moreover, Hong Kong is indeed a fascinating city, has a lot of spirit. I personally like this hybrid of European and Asian culture and lifestyle. So thank you again, Hugo, that we all can be here. Special thanks to you, Hugo, again, for all the work as the secretary of the Academy. In parallel, you organized this conference. I have no idea how you managed that. The only thing I know, these people here never sleep. Whenever I send an email, and there's a 6-hour time shift to Europe, to Central Europe, somebody responded immediately, and I really mean that. There's good news for you. You must only follow me as an Academy president. This means your life will be much easier when you hopefully take over from me in about 2 years. Welcome on board, Rich Corsi. As the new secretary of the Academy, I highly appreciate your willingness to serve, your experience as president of INRAE 2011, and as a former member of the ESIAC board is very welcome. You're also straightforward, and what's already important to me, you're a nice fellow. We have a new ESIAC board of directors, also welcome. Thanks to the outgoing members, and I'm especially looking forward to work with the new president, Glenn Morrison, on a scientific level and for ESIAC, hopefully in Braunschweig next year. And finally, we are looking forward to INRAE 2016. It will take place, where's the Jelle is there. Thanks, I will take place in Ghent, Belgium, and Jelle Lavarche will be the conference president. Jelle, I wish you good luck. We are also expecting an exciting conference, and you never walk alone. You might expect all support ESIAC and the Academy can give. What do I know about Belgium? It's our neighborhood. They have excellent beer. They have excellent French fries. They have Hercule Poirot. He is known here, and they have Jean-Claude Van Damme, and this is what I know about Belgium. Finally, thanks to you, the audience, for joining with this conference and for presenting your latest results. Without you, Hugo would have stood alone. join EASYAC. I hope all here have understood that we are a small but enthusiastic society. And that's all, folks. Have a safe trip home and see you again. Thank you very much.
On behalf of ISIAC and the Academy of Fellows, we'd like to present Hugo Lee with the Certificate of Appreciation from the two combined forces.
Is this on? Yeah, thank you very much, professors. In the coming future, ISIAC will organize several conferences and events around the world. And today we're very delighted to have their representatives here with us to introduce briefly in advance. So may we first invite Professor Marcel Lumens to introduce Healthy Buildings 2015 in Europe. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity to introduce this next conference. It was promised to have sound included. And it has. Welcome. Healthy Buildings 2015 in Europe will be a conference where people will come together who commit themselves to create the best indoor environment possible for people.
It's going to be a regional conference, so it's mainly about European themes, and that's why we call it Healthy Buildings Europe.
Designing an actual healthy indoor environment is very complex because it involves a lot of different disciplines, from architecture to life sciences to chemistry. The goal is to really support and encourage a multidisciplinary approach by learning from each other.
So we'll organize keynotes and interactive workshops around these adjacent fields, but of course you're very welcome to present your own work as well.
Interactive workshops, it's really about exchanging ideas, discussing about statements, answering questions together and learning from each other.
We have a student program, of course, because we really want to have students at our conference to give their new, fresh view on the topics.
Eindhoven is voted one of the smartest regions in the world, very famous on its design and of course because of Philips, and it's a 1-hour train ride from Schiphol Airport.
Apart from learning stuff, you'll have fun too. So there'll be breaks, ample time to meet new people, room for informal meetings, networking, and of course we'll have an exciting event on the last night, and we'll make sure that you go home with a big smile on your face.
See you in Eindhoven.
Okay, there's little to add from my point of view. Just two comments. So it's really an international event. So please also, people not from Europe, you're clearly welcome also to join next year in Eindhoven. And the second one is, I hope you enjoy your holidays, because on September 1st, the call for abstracts will be opened, and I expect all of you, to deliver some aspects. So hope to see you next year in Eindhoven. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Lumens. I would like now to invite Professor Glenn Morrison for an introduction to Healthy Building 2015 in the United States. Thank you.
Thank you. I gotta say, wow, that looks like a fun conference. Oh, is this already running? Can I go back one here? I think it may be on automatic. I'm afraid. This is Shelley Miller, who will be the conference president, and this is Jianlei. He will be the technical chair of the conference. I'm a member of the committee. I'm here because Shelley Miller couldn't be here to present this. I don't have control over this, I don't think, so let me see what happens. Okay, so the venue is the Boulder campus in Colorado. There, as you can see, there are some stats here. Specifically, it's a traditional large campus in the U.S., but has a lot of Nobel laureates and MacArthur Fellows, and a fair number of LEED buildings on campus. You can see the representative statistics on diversity there. One thing that some of you may not know is that Boulder is around 1,600 meters above sea level, and it's very mountainous in that region. It's a beautiful area. There are many, many sunny days, so it's a beautiful place, and you'll see that in a short video after this. There's Shakespeare festivals and all kinds of things going on during the time that the conference is taking place in the summer. This is just a photo of the downtown area, Pearl Street. Some representative things that are going on in the conference. The conference theme is the innovation in a time of energy uncertainty and climate change, or climate adaptation, I should say. And so in that area, they have frequently had problems with forest fires and windstorms and things like that that affect indoor climates. And so just as with Eindhoven, this is a U.S., or I should say a America conference, which is North America, and those are the topics that will be covered. And so drought and flooding in America, and some other issues associated with climate adaptation. Panel workshops that are being looked at. There have been several large grants that have been received by investigators in North America from the EPA and other organizations. And climate change, tribal indoor air health, and health are two of those areas that we'd like to highlight. And hopefully by then we'll have some good research coming through. There's also some other ones that are being considered, including infectious disease transmission and green building issues with IAQ. So as usual, there are the standard events that will take place at the university. It's a beautiful view from the Stadium Club where we'll be having our poster sessions. And the lunches at the CU Center for Community is great because there's a lot of variety, a lot of interesting food there. So I hope to see you at Healthy Buildings. And Boulder is a place that you kind of have to see to believe. And so I'm going to run this little video, and this is it's just a beautiful place, and you can see that in this video. So how do I start this? I just go do this? Okay. And yes, we do expect all of you to climb that rock. So I hope many of you can make it, and we'll see you there.
Thank you very much, Professor. We'd like to now invite Dr. Yao Lavarge to the stage for an introduction for Indoor Air 2016. Thank you.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm the last one to present another conference to you. We don't have a movie yet because, well, it's in 2 years, and I didn't want to steal the thunder of the 2 upcoming conferences. First of all, I would like to say that I will not be doing this conference all on my own. I have Marianne Stranger, who is up there, and Tunga, who is right in front here, who will be joining me as the organizers for this conference. But so, Indoor Air 2016, where do I point it? In Ghent, Belgium. If you looked very closely to the map that Marcel has shown, it was already on there. But for those of you who don't know where Belgium is or where Ghent is, well, this is where we are. We're right in the middle of Europe, very accessible, a stone's throw away from Brussels, so very easy to get there. Also, we're in the heart of Europe, so we have the European Commission with us in Brussels. There's 2 Belgians that were very important for the European Commission. The first one was Henri Spaak, which you see here, which was one of the founders of the European Union. And now we have the outgoing European President, Herman van Rompuy. So I hope we will be able to convince all of the administration that we have there of the importance of indoor air by having this wonderful event right next door to them. But of course, this is, one of the outputs we want to reach with our conference. There's also some kind of problems we have with indoor air in Belgium that are really specific. Some of them have already been introduced to you by Tunga. So we have microorganisms, we have aromats, we have PAHs, and particles all being released in massive amounts in Belgium. I hope you will come to Belgium to experience all of those. You will also see that there might be upsides and possible positive health effects associated with all of these exposures. The conference will be from July 3rd till 8th in 2016. These are the organizers. It's me, Marianne, Tunga. I'm in Ghent University. Marianne is from Vito, Tunga from Fraunhofer. And we will keep you updated on, for example, abstract submission, which will open right after the 2 Healthy Building conferences through this website, and you can follow us on Twitter through these hashtags. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you all in Ghent in 2 years.
Before Jianlei leaves, there is a little ceremony, only 30 seconds. Professor Fernandez from Portugal bought this some years ago, and he formerly named this urn, now not called urn. In Chinese, urn means something different. Healthy indoor air vest. Vest. HIA vest. So now I open this following Professor Lydia, get a little bit air from Hong Kong. Someone can calculate air change rate later. Open, close. And Jianlei will have a challenge to bring back to Belgium. Immigration officers, I took a little bit of effort. Convince them I never open it. Try it. Thank you very much. Good luck to Healthy Indoor Air 2016. Thank you.
Finally, it comes to the end of the closing ceremony. We would like to invite once again Professor Hugo Lee to officiate the closing of Indoor Air 2014. Thank you.
Indoor Air 2014 Hong Kong, the 13th International Conference on Indoor Air Quality and Climate, July 7 to 12, 2014, is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
Thank you very much for coming, ladies and gentlemen. There will be drinks served on the Grand Hall foyer. Please enjoy. Thank you.